guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share with you my recent product obsessions and favorites. I would call this June favorites, but I'm kind of getting over the phase of being like May favorites, June favorites, April favorites. I just want to talk about products that I have been loving. Actually, this is a mixture. I do have more than just makeup. I have a body product and then a skin product. So I'm super excited to share these great products with you guys. Some of these are newer to me. I've talked about most of these on my channel before, but this last recent couple weeks or so, I have been obsessed with these, and so I want to share them with you. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into it. I think we should just get out of the way the products that I've been talking about recently, or I just did a video on not too long ago. I mean, it probably seems like I tried this sooner than I did because I uploaded the video sooner than anyway. The last few weeks, I have been loving the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. I have not found a foundation that I have loved in this much in a long time, that I have constantly wanted to reach for. You guys know I love my Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, but that one is really running low for me, and it's just kind of starting to get a little dried up, and I haven't been reaching for it as much, and I just haven't repurchased it, and I wanted to try a new foundation. This Flower Beauty foundation is amazing, you guys. It's so dewy. I have filmed with it. I'm wearing it today. I have filmed with it a few times now, and every single time I edit a video with me wearing this foundation, I swear, I'm like, I can't stop looking at my skin. And I usually am not like that because my skin has been through some rough patches. I actually found a picture of when I was working on my ebook of my eye looks, and there happened to be a picture of my whole skin, and it was just so red and broken out. And then I tried that Drunk Elephant product that I've been talking about, and I just took a picture of my skin last night on my phone, and it just is a world of a difference. I still have acne, scarring, and spots, but it is so much better now. And I noticed that with foundations, some of them just make it look worse, and some just, I have a love-hate relationship with some of that stuff. It is hard to find foundations for me that do work good with that, and it makes it look okay and flawless. That's the thing too, is I don't want to find a foundation that's going to be super thick full coverage, because I don't like really heavy foundations and full coverage foundations. I want something lighter and natural. And with this, I've noticed I usually have to do about 2 coats, 2 layers, so 1 layer is pretty thin. You can build it up, and usually I just do 2 thin layers, and it looks beautiful. It covers nicely. You can still see a little bit, but it's just so much better. And you guys, the packaging has a pump, it has a nice cap, it's just pretty. And if you have dry skin and you are looking for a dewy foundation that's just gonna make your skin just look so beautiful and illuminated, try this one. I think you would really like this. This is one that I've been looking for my whole life. I watch videos of people with their really pretty illuminated skin, and I'm like, I want that for my skin. Why can't I find that? Well, then I tried this, and I was even editing that video, and I was like, oh, my skin looks so good. I crave to use it every single day. I'm like, maybe I'll wear this foundation. Nope, I go back for this one. So I have worn this every single day that I have worn foundation since I've gotten this product. Rant over. I like that product. To go along with it is the concealer. As you guys know, this thing did break, so I'm using Janky Concealer Town here, and it is a mess, but I still like this concealer. I think it looks beautiful under your eyes. If you're looking for a more natural concealer that's going to be creamy, hydrating, once it sets down in place and you powder, you're good. I mean, it does crease just the slightest bit, but once you powder and you kind of go like this, you're good. And I do really like it. I'm not the type of person that likes the thick, heavy, full coverage concealers under my eyes. I just like to be more natural. Usually, a lot of days, especially in the summer, I am reaching just for concealer, little mascara, maybe a little eyebrows. That is it. And actually, I have been into not fully filling my brows in with a pencil lately and using eyeshadow, which I have been using my LA Girl quad. I have talked about a lot too, the iLux Mesmerizing Quad and Urbanize. I've actually been using this shade to fill in my brows lately. Today I actually filled in my brows with a pencil, and they just look so much more boxy and just almost so harsh. And I really like how this eyeshadow just fills in so beautifully. I love these quads too. I've talked about them many times, but I haven't used it on my eyes as much as I have on my brows. Filling in your brows, if you want a more natural product or natural look to your brows, fill them in with an eyeshadow, because it it really just makes them look so good and not boxy, because I just feel like they look harsh now, you know, with a pencil. So that's what I've been into as well. My point was, what I do like my natural makeup in the summer, and so that concealer is definitely a go-to. I still really like my Catrice Liquid Camouflage. That one's a little bit, not as thin almost. Like this one is almost even more natural and thin. I think the Catrice is a little bit not as hydrating. The Catrice definitely is a little more drier, but it's not a dry concealer by no means. So just kind of, you got to give or take which one you would rather have. If you want more hydrating, definitely go for Flower Beauty. If you want one that's pretty hydrating too, but maybe a little more coverage, the Catrice would be your way to go. Do you know I love my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Ladybird? It's this really glittery eyeshadow. I have it topped on my eyes today. Every single time I do like a really intricate eye look, I always have to top it with this really pretty shadow. I've kind of hit the pan on it. It's just, all it is like, basically it's a pure glitter, but it's so beautiful to top on anything with your eyes, especially if like your shadow that you have on isn't too glittery and you just want to amp it up a little bit. I just barely tap it on. You could wet it and make it even more intense. Well, I also got this shade Bouncy, and I actually had used it. Look at how cool that is. I love their shadows because they're such a unique formula, and they have such a cool shift. I used this in a recent video when I was trying that Flower Beauty product. I did use this on my eyes on the outer corner. This one's definitely a lot more like darker. I didn't build it up very much, but it has glitter in it as well, but it's kind of like a duochrome. It's got like a purple duochrome to it. I don't know if you can see that, but really pretty. I do like Colourpop single shadows, and they're pretty inexpensive, so if you find like a shade or two that you really like that is from their line, definitely pick it up because their formula is so different than anything else I've tried. I've actually talked about this one quite a bit recently, so I'm just gonna quickly mention it, but I cannot stop using this Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I used it today as more of a contour bronzer, but this tone is beautiful. I have the shade Sunkiss, which is the second darkest. I think it's just the tone of this that I love so much. It's a cool tone bronzer. So like, I use this more as a contour than anything than a bronzer, because the bronzer is usually, you want more of a warm tone. I mean, the ideal. I don't like super warm tone on my skin for bronzer, but this is beautiful. I use it as a bronze contour. I mean, I'm not really a strict like, here's a contour, here's my bronzer, you know? I kind of go like, use them the same. But I really like this even for bronzer. I think it's so beautiful, and Milani makes such great products. Why do I feel like Milani and Flower Beauty are more higher end drugstore for some reason? I think it's their packaging. Like, look at how pretty this packaging is, you know? Some brands just really hit it out of the ballpark with their packaging, and it's definitely gotten better over the years. I could do a video like getting ready with drugstore brands that have the prettiest packaging. It's like true though, like packaging sucks you in. If you could have a beautiful product, but if you don't have it packaged like super pretty, I mean, half the time people buy it just because it looks pretty, you know? Speaking of more pretty packaging, I've been obsessed with the Gerard Cosmetics Lip Gloss. This is in the shade Shimmer of Hope, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to get it, you know, it's got my name on it. I'm just kidding. This is just, I just really like this shade, and it's definitely a lot lighter than shades that I have, and I like it because you can use it as like a topper in the middle, or like in the middle of your lips. So I was about to reach for a mirror, but then I realized you turn it over and you got a mirror on the side, and then you open it up and it has a light. Can you see that? But it literally has a light in the thing. It like points perfectly at your lips where you're applying it, and it's just so pretty. I have been trying a lot of Gerard Cosmetics products, which I do want to do a breakdown video of, but I have noticed that with their products, they do seem kind of cheap for the price tag. And this is an expensive lip gloss. It has a little bit of a sweet smell, but I really haven't noticed it until just now. I think these products, like their lip products, probably have the best packaging out of their whole line. I think that's kind of where they're like, they hit it out of the ballpark, is their lip products. That's where a lot of people go to, like when they buy something from Gerard Cosmetics, a lot of times it's their lip products. And this is just like a nice, it's not, I mean, it's pretty solid. The mirror is like built in, it's not like just pressed on top or anything. And I mean, I think their lip gloss, out of all the products I have from them, I think their lip gloss is like the nicest, and it's just really pretty too. Talk about pretty packaging, you guys. Why are so many of my products because of pretty packaging? But yes, for sure, like seriously, you're looking for a lip gloss and you want to splurge a little bit, this one's not too tacky. I don't like sticky lip gloss. My lips are not sticking. It's like really pretty sheen. I love it. Their lip plumper too is really nice as well. If you're looking for a good lip plumper, I really like theirs as well. My Jaclyn Morphe Hill. My Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, I haven't reached for in a long while, but I recently, until recently, well, I'm obviously mentioning it because I have been, but recently I've been pulling it out and using it again, and I really like this palette. I talk about it all the time, but you can see like I have indents in a bunch of these shades. I would say if you just need one palette that is going to be warm tone, maybe has a couple pops of color that you want good quality, but you don't want to spend $1,010 on, go for this. It's like $38 or something, and that is a outstanding deal, by the way. $38 is like nothing for eyeshadow like this. I mean, the Urban Decay ones are like 50, what, 54? For like 12 shadows, this has like 30 something for 38 bucks. So this is just a really pretty palette. I have the old packaging actually. New packaging is like, has like a clear thing on top, I believe, and it's like not, so you can't get it dirty. I have the OG packaging that I purchased. I've had this palette for 1.5 years now, maybe almost 2, getting closer to 2. Once I use it all up, I'll get another one because I love it. You just want to throw in this other Morphe palette, the 35M, the Boss Mood one. I think that these palettes, this one's in the 20 something, $26, $25 range. Now these palettes are a lot cheaper, and I noticed that the quality in these are not as good as the Jaclyn Hill. The Jaclyn Hill is like amazing quality, but if you just need a palette that you want some pops of color and just the shimmers especially, I think this is a great palette to go for. Their shimmers are really pretty. Like honestly, like I can do one swipe and it's like intense. You see how pretty those are? Shimmers, they're beautiful. The mattes are a little tricky to blend, but you can totally blend them perfectly fine. And a lot of colors in any palette are hard to get, the formulas are, and they're tricky to blend, so they do stain. I do have to tell you that, but pretty much any shadow that's going to be a bright color is going to stain your eyes. That's just how it is. But I don't have any of this on my eyes today, I don't think. On my eyes today, I have the Profusion Wanderlust palette along with the Jaclyn Hill palette. I have 2 other favorites, and one is the Aveeno Positively Radiant Micellar Gel Cleanser Makeup Remover. It says it draws out skin, dulling impurities. So this is just a kind of like a gel-like makeup remover. It's not an oil, and I haven't into oils, but I think that this removes my makeup very well. I usually can get it all, especially like a full face like this, I can usually get most of it out with like one use of this, like one time wash. Sometimes I go back in with the second one, especially if I have heavy makeup on, but that's kind of the case with a lot of things. If I have a heavy full face of makeup on, I'm not saying this is a heavy full face, but I do have a full face of makeup on. And when I do have a full face, I usually go through 2 washes to get rid of my makeup with my makeup remover, and then I go in with my cleanser. So this says it all works like a magnet to draw out and wash any makeup, oil, and other skin dulling impurities. It will leave skin feeling hydrated, soft, and dewy. And I do think that this does make your skin feel really hydrated and soft. I have just washed my face with this, put on a moisturizer because it was like I did makeup and filmed the video for a day, and then I was gonna go jump in the pool. So I washed my face off really quickly, put on an SPF moisturizer, went in the pool. So, and this did a great job of just removing it, and I felt like my skin felt clean and everything, like I didn't even need to go in with a cleanser. Now obviously you want to use a cleanser to make sure that you're like cleansing and like helping your skin. That's not just removing makeup, you know? But this is definitely a great one if you're looking for a good inexpensive one. I did buy it on sale though, so I'm hoping that they still sell it, but I do really like this. The last product is this Aveline, I believe that's how you say it, Razor. Now they actually did send this to me, but I have to say I really have been enjoying it. So what it is it's just this razor, but it's really flexible, and honestly it's kind of funky. You're supposed to be able to put your finger in like this and like shave, you know, or it's like you grab it like this. Honestly, I hold it more like this. I don't ever really stick my finger in it, but I hold it like this. I use it to shave my armpits. I use it to shave my legs. It has like this rubbery, grippy thing at the top, and I don't know the reasoning behind it. I have noticed though with this razor, you do want to use a shaving cream, because I noticed that those grippies kind of do like drag on your skin, and once you have a shaving cream it shaves a lot smoother. But it's got these little balls, so it's like you are able to just set it on your skin like this and roll it, but like these balls are supposed to guide it. So if the balls are touching, that just sounds so bad. If the balls are touching along with the razor and you're guiding, it's going to get a much better shave. I've been able to do this really quickly and not even like focus on having that like lined up and everything, but I do have to say this does get a really close shave. It is really nice. A lot of disposable razors, like especially female razors, they are very hard to get a close shave, and I have used a men's razor before, but then those kind of do definitely give you a little more razor burn because they are getting a close shave and they're a lot harsher than some female ones are. So I do think this is a great razor, and I've had this for I think at least a month now, and I haven't had to replace it, but I know you just press this button down here and you can pull it up, and then you can just replace the head of the razor. So I do really like it a lot actually, and I know I don't talk about razors and stuff like that very often. I do really like this razor, and I think it is very nice, and I honestly do want to probably get another one of these if I can. I think that's part of it too, is like you're able to move it around and get it in like tight crevice areas that are harder to get sometimes, like even around your ankles or whatever. This is bulkier though, so like if you're like shaving way up your leg, or like, you know what I'm saying, it is a little bit harder to kind of maneuver, especially like in gentler areas. You need to be more careful. This one is a little bit harder to do that with, but this is great for your legs and like your armpits and stuff. So I think that is all I have to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love just sitting down and talking, maybe not about a huge abundance of products, but a good amount that I can spend a little bit of time on, just to sit and chat with you guys what I have been loving lately. What are some products you guys have been loving, whether it's even lifestyle stuff, whether it's beauty, skincare, makeup, hair care. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to try some other products too that you guys are loving that you have to rave about. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new. I would love to have you stick around. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy favorites videos or products I've been loving type of videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.